Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Androids and Aliens. It's Friday night, and the feeling's right. I have a question for Ellie.
No,
if I had to bet money on where that was going to land, the little...
Ellie, what do you know of the Final Four?
Oh, no.
Do you know what the Final Four is?
The final 4 episodes of Androids and Aliens? Or the final 4 as in George Washington, Hamilton, and the other founding fathers of America?
Oh, man. I thought you were going to say George Washington University, in which case I was like, all right, I don't know where you're getting that, but you're on the right track.
They were the final 4?
They were so the forefathers were the final 4. They were the last ones left after the Revolutionary War.
They were the last presidents America ever had.
Final 4.
Final four. Think in terms of sports. I'll give you a hint. Sports.
Oh,
Final
always
4.
Sports. All right. So is it like fucking red, White Sox, some fucking baseball bullshit? Is it a home? Okay. No. Wait, is it Michael Jordan being a baseball player as well as a basketball player?
Oh, that's so close. That's so close.
Actually, it is getting warmer.
The Final Four.
I'm going to go ahead and say pass.
Pass. The Final Four is...
I know. Can I answer?
Yes, Skip, will you tell her what the Final Four is?
It's the NCAA college basketball tournament held every year in March, aka March Madness. Is the last 4 teams remaining in each of the 4 brackets.
Skid, you had such an opportunity there for gross misinformation, and I'm disappointed you told her the truth.
That's why I threw it
enough gross misinformation on this show as it is.
That's true.
I really like the idea now. I never thought of this before, that the Declaration of Independence and the formation of the Union was done by the last 4 people alive in the war.
The revolution was going one way, and then the zombies came and really turned the tide of the war. And
it was a battle royale to decide the signers in Independence Hall in 1776.
Right.
They signed it in blood.
To be fair, I don't think Sydney knew who the Final Four or March Madness was either.
Sydney, is that true? Sydney, is that true?
I didn't say anything, so you don't know. This is Schrodinger's sports right now for Sydney. You don't know if I knew or not, and I'm not going to be like, well, obviously I knew it was March Madness, because then you're going to think she's lying. So I'm going to do the smart thing and change the subject. How's everybody doing tonight?
You didn't know.
Well done.
You didn't know. I can tell from the way you said that.
Sydney was a bartender. I'm sure she knew.
I
was a bartender.
What? Thank you, Matthew. Thank you so much for having my back there. I didn't know, Troy. I know March Madness, and I know basketball to an extent. It's actually my worst sport, so I pay attention to it the least. But I didn't know it was the Final Four. I didn't know that was like a thing that they called it.
Could you define worst sport? You mean worst at playing? So
correct.
So you excel at football. Are you a flag football player?
I'm better.
Tackle football, big guy.
Flag football is a big thing for hipsters in New York.
That's true.
Is this true? Because then
This is
I think
spiraled
I'm
out of control.
It used to be in the aughts. God,
No,
you were probably in elementary school.
More of a hacky sack player, Sydney?
I feel like ultimate frisbee or disc golf is really in right now. Am I wrong?
No,
No,
that is
old.
in. That's good shit.
I thought that was an older thing.
I played ultimate
That's like-
frisbee when I was a kid. I loved ultimate frisbee.
So a couple years ago?
To be fair, I don't think you could ask anybody on this podcast what's in and out, Sydney. I don't think any of us can be the authority on that.
You know what? Matthew, you're on a roll.
I know.
I'm really enjoying Matthew tonight. I just want to say that.
I'm not.
Yeah, take it, Matthew. Take it like
Reasonable people may differ. It's fine.
Well, I will say, to Ellie's credit, she did nail it. She nailed where I was going with
She nailed the
this.
segue early.
The segue early, because we're such a well-oiled improvisational machine. The segue is that the final 4 episodes of Androids and Aliens begins tonight.
Oh my God. How do you know, though, Troy? It's a role-playing game.
It is. I put a lot of thought into this, and I feel pretty confident I can pull this off in 4 eps. Now, that may mean that the 4th ep is 7 hours long. But I think I can do it in 4.
What if on my turn, instead of just taking my standard and my move actions, I spend 40 minutes delving into Kreska's mental space?
Yes.
I'll just kill you.
Yeah, I guess you get about 30 or 40 seconds, and then we'll call it a delayed action.
We always say we don't get to talk enough about our character's backstory, so I think that's a great idea. Every turn we take in a round of combat, which we know goes so fast, we should just give one memory, one kind of monologue.
One scene.
Yeah.
One scene for each round of combat.
Yeah, and we'll specify that it only takes 1.2 seconds for that memory to play out across our minds. So we're in the clear. We're not delaying.
Yeah.
All right.
Episodes at the speed of thought.
That should be the tagline for the show. That would be a real selling point.
But if you're someone like me who doesn't remember your backstory, I can tell everyone about the American facts I've learned throughout these 300. Wait, not 300 episodes. It feels 150. What is it? 100? No, wait. Whatever. I can share knowledge because I have a lot of more knowledge now since when I started.
That's true.
George Washington, one of the final 4.
Right.
And then I said Hamilton, and then I don't know anyone else of the
Really
founding
fell apart quickly. But yeah, you can do whatever you want. I'm ending this in 4. It's happening. And I wanted to start building the hype tonight, so everybody will be talking about it, and we'll have 3,000 people here watching the finale. The
Jefferson.
18-hour marathon finale. Please stop.
Please stop naming founding fathers during my monologue.
Stop naming the final 4.
Jefferson, Hamilton, George Washington. Yeah, no, I think it's right. I debated whether or not saying it because I mean, you're right, Joe. It is a role-playing game. There is no definite time. But I didn't know how I wanted to surprise you. I figured it was better to tell you now that I'm aiming for 4 than tell you the week before. And we'll see you next week for the final episode because I also want to build up the excitement in the audience because they'll start talking and then people will be like, oh, we got to watch this big finale. It's going to be the first finale of the network. So that's the goal. Do it in 4.
Well, yeah, I mean, the other thing, I did it similarly when we discussed this before. In my Council of Thieves game, I was having my first baby. And it was like, when the baby is born, the campaign is over. And I told everybody this maybe 6 or 8 weeks in advance.
The baby was the final boss.
I was like, we've got about 2 or 3 sessions left, and it's over. So you guys are going to have to make choices based on that. If you don't want it to end, fine. But we're not playing anymore, so it was like so the players coaxed it to an end, and they really drove the ship, even though I had to shrink it. So I like having warning. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, it's not for you; it's for the listeners. But I'm glad you appreciated it. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about the end? Another month of this? Can you do it?
Oh, well, I'm sad, but I also don't really see it yet. I can't see the end. I don't know where it's going. I'm still utterly in the dark about what the final moments of this story are going to be. I don't know, which is great.
Yeah. One thing's for sure, if you've played this adventure path before, you won't see any of this coming that we have planned. So I am excited about that. Whereas we play so many
you and David Winters have cooked up some surprises outside of the module?
There's some pretty wild stuff coming. David and I have chatted about some interesting things towards the end here, and then hopefully I've got a few surprises for David as well because he gives great reactions, and so I like to let's bring old David in. David Winters, everybody.
Look at that reaction! Oh my God!
David and I are experimenting with a new system tonight. I messaged him earlier in the week, and I was like, I want to try getting on a private chat with you so that you're like a sideline coach calling out plays, and then I can either wave off the play and call an audible or take your play because I feel like it'll help streamline the combat a little bit more.
It's true co-GMing.
Yeah, there's just too much, and I don't want to screw it up. I really want to bring
Dude,
the
that
house.
is phenomenal. As long as you can, it's not a distraction. But I just love the idea of like the coach, the offensive coordinator in the booth is calling stuff down. Like, you do this, coach. You could do this, coach. Like, all right, thanks. I'll do this.
Have you considered the Bull Durham eventuality that if you wave off the play he calls, he's going to private message one of us that what you're about to do?
It's a risk I'm willing to take.
Fastball.
So we could go full on Crash Davis.
Yeah.
If you want this to end in 4 episodes, that might be what we have to do. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah, see, David can help me get to that 4 now because he might be like, all right, we gotta wrap this up. Cast this spell. Are you sure? You sure? We got this time left on the clock. Cast it.
But just so I know, and for other people in this group as well, like, does that mean like less bullshit and just let's go for it?
No, not at all. More bullshit because this is your last chance to bullshit. No, I think we should have fun. Don't worry about that. We're gonna do it in 4, but I'm not joking. That last episode is gonna be long. I just think now's the time. The holidays are coming up. I've always had in my head 155 as the final episode, and so I really want to stay on track with that. It'll be a good experiment too to see how it all pans out as Giant Slayer is coming to an end as well. So, be a fun little trial exercise. Unfortunately. Callum will not be alive to see any of this after tonight. Sydney, you just flew in, and boy, are your arms tired. How are you feeling as we start tonight's session?
My arms are exhausted because all I did was punch the back of the seat in front of me the whole time, thinking about that last episode. And the guy in front of me was freaking pissed. But don't worry, I gave him your business card, Troy, and I said, listen to this podcast. You're going to understand why. I feel bad. I don't know. I was talking to Ellie about it immediately. And I was like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Like, what can we do? How can we make this better? And it's just, man, you left it on such a good cliffy, and it's the end of the AP, and this is a boss. And like, this is what it is. This is the situation. And I have some ideas. I mean, Callum's a spellcaster, and his whole deal as a witchwarper is to bend reality and change things, alternate outcomes. So I'm hoping he can pull through with his low spell DCs. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm nervous. I am nervous. I was saying to my partner, I was like, yeah, if I die tonight, I'm going to be pretty free for the next few eps because I don't have to record.
A few weeks off. Just got to show up and drink.
So sad. It's so sad. No, I don't want Callum to die. Of course not.
Oh, of all the people, the kid, the one this is the one that has to survive.
You sick freak, Troy.
I know.
Yeah, it's brutal, City, that you brought that character because I remember when we did New Game Who Dis Alien, and they have the kid class in the game because of course you do. It gives it newt, and you got to have it in there. And
Twilight 2000 too, the same thing.
Yeah. And when it came time to like actually do the show, it's like, you can't do that. You can't make a kid. If you make a kid, you can't kill a kid. So then you just know you're making an impervious character. It messes up the whole story.
Joe, and
and you went and made a kid in Starfinder.
But it's the same thing with Animal Companion. And you've been there with so many of your characters where it's like you make this wonderful friend and you're like, you'll never kill this. You're not going to kill my dog. You're not going to kill my wolf, my bear.
Oh.
And they will. They will.
Yeah.
They being Troy.
They
They being Troy.
Animals.
I always said the mistake I made was not making a cat. Should have just made a cat.
Then you would have been fine. Animals, most animals, dogs, kids, they're dead to me. And honestly, there is the first play that's been called in tonight is one that I initially waved off because it's more brutal than even I would initially want to be. But the coach felt pretty strongly about it, and I was like, all right, we're going through with it. And so when you die tonight, I just want you to know it's equally David's fault. He's a good coach.
What are you talking about first play? What are you talking about first play? We left it off and it was already bad. What are you going to do?
Well, let's take it to the field here, and
Let's go down to the field, Jim.
let's go down to the field.
Let's do more banter.
Rewind. I'm watching the highlights.
Ask me the
what you got
question
here
again.
is you got Captain Ghurd Nashal standing right next to Callum, as you can see here on the board. Basically, what he did is he came around, went through the door, and hit him with the tongue. That knocked him down pretty good, and then he failed his save. Are you guys seeing any of that drawing?
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny. You're doing a good job.
You really
I
blew the
didn't know
budget
good
on the
telestrator.
telestrator. Yeah.
Didn't know if it was landing.
You're like Mike Fratello with that. They're excellent.
Let me see. Am I going to delete? Yeah, I deleted my monster too. Anyways, yeah. So this is what's going to happen. We're jumping in. Give me some Sirenscape because I'm getting killy here. This is so bad. This is so bad, David. I can't believe we're doing this.
David, why are you doing this?
David, why are you
Well,
doing
we
this to
have-
me?
Well, we have our coaches' sweatshirts on, right? We got the full Bill
That's right.
Belichick looks going on. We're showing up to play. This is how you win Super Bowls.
That's
it's
no
true.
excuse. That's no excuse.
It's a boss fight. When you come to a boss fight, you don't mamby-pamby around and give the players a chance. You pull out all the stops. So, the captain has gone. The grenade never happened because I couldn't get it off if I wanted to get out there and attack. It is now the Korobozu's turn. The one to the south here, nearest Friss, is going to slide down 15 feet and use that sweet black epoxia ability. Let me find my fucking sheet here. Okay. 30-foot raid. That is going to be everyone but Dax, I believe. Let me see. Dax is 35. Kreska, Seyun, PG, and Friss are all within 30 feet. Go ahead and give me a fortitude save. Everyone except Dax, as it just creates this cone of breathlessness that seeps past your environmental protections. We'll start with Dr. Friss.
13 for Friss.
PG,
19.
Seyun,
20.
Kreska.
22.
Well, the good news is most of you passed.
Oh, thank God.
Unfortunately, Dr. Friss failed and is going to be fatigued for 1 minute.
I think I was already fatigued.
It's quite possible. You were in the previous fight, I think, but you guys
Yeah,
came
maybe I
in and
didn't
started
take it
mashing. So luckily, only Friss will be fatigued. The other Korobozu steps in front of the door and closes it.
Oh, that's it.
That's brutal.
And
So
this
there's really no reason to
is off.
look in there anymore.
But okay, just to be absolutely clear, we saw the little asshole run in there, right? And we know Callum is out there.
Paralyzed.
And I'm on the comm unit, and I'm going, oh my god. Oh,
Oil can.
oil can. By that I mean, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, Coach.
Oil can is code. We set up a code, a series of like commands that we can say to each other when paralyzed. Oil can means I'm paralyzed and being threatened by the boss who just licks me. Please help.
Yep. And this is a retcon. That's a memory, like we said we were gonna do.
Right. Oh, here comes the ambulance to wheel out Callum's body. David, talk to me about the fatigued condition. It's been a heartbeat. What is it again?
Yeah, fatigue in this case. -1 to AC, attack rolls, melee damage rolls, reflex saving throws, initiative checks, and strength and dex-based skill and ability checks.
Gross. Fatigue for 1 minute. Oil can. It is Dr. Friss's turn.
So yeah, Friss is like, boom, the lung air is drawn magically out of his lungs. He's wheezing. He sees the door's been shut. It's like, let's go to save Callum somehow. But he is going to try to clear a way to the door So he's going to try a trick attack shot against the creature closest to the door.
Okay.
And here. That is a 26 against CAC.
That is a hit.
Okay.
Come on.
That is 37 points of damage, and they are flat-footed.
Okay, 37 points of damage, and they are flat-footed. Oh my God, this is so many images here. That is the first time it has been damaged, just to keep you all abreast where it's been a week. 37 points of damage. The one blocking the now closed door has been hit. And now it is Callum's turn. Callum, you are paralyzed. Now, unlike Pathfinder, you are not helpless and thereby in danger of being coup de grace. However, not a great position to be when you're mano a mano with the captain of the ship.
Yeah, pretty bad. You were not wrong about that one. So, but in terms of Pathfinder rules, same as this, I can't move. I am paralyzed.
Yeah, David, give us the 411 on paralyzed.
Yeah, you're almost entirely frozen in place, unable to move your body, except squirm slightly, move your eyes, and so on. You're not helpless, as Troy just said, but you have a dex modifier of -5, so make sure you have that ticked on to impact your AC.
I did. And question, yeah, it also affects my KAC and my EAC. Dang,
That's right.
sucks.
Yeah,
so
mine.
bad.
It's bad. It's bad news
Sucks
bears.
so bad. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do though. I had thought about doing this from the beginning, and I really hope it's cool. Callum is using a 4th level spell. This is new. Leveled up, and here's his cool spell. Callum is focusing all his energy on this boss, this like seething, the intestines coming out that just came out through the mouth and paralyzed Callum. He's focusing on it, and he's like, this guy, and I know Frisk did the check, and this guy is Eoxian, correct?
Yeah, I can't remember what you learned. I think you learned that it is indeed a morgue.
It's a morgue, yeah.
It's a Vesk morgue.
And Callum is focusing, remembering what Frisk said, the knowledge, and he is going to cast Dismissal. And basically, it's almost like what he did to Hush, but different. Hush he annihilated, but this instantly forces this extraplanar creature off the current plane, whisking them away to their home plane. Is this an extra plane?
Not an extraplanar creature, unfortunately. If I had summoned some horrible aberration from another plane, perfect spell. And I'm assuming it only has mental components.
Yeah. I don't have to do anything.
Perfect spell for that. But where this creature is a corporeal undead.
Darn it. So I would know that it's not going to send it to like the shadow plane. Don't
even burn it.
Okay, cool. Then he would know that. He remembers Frisk's words. He thinks about casting the spell. Then he's like, shit, that won't work. So instead...
Yeah, if you have a spell that only has mental actions, no somatic components, you can take mental actions.
Yeah, I think this one also does. I'm going to try to cast Hold Monster on him.
Oh, wow.
I think you would know you can't do that either.
What?
If it's, I believe Hold Monster is a mind-affecting spell.
Oh, and it's undead.
Yeah. Targets living creature.
Oh my god. Cool.
Yeah, it's
okay,
bad.
I will be honest, guys. I had like those two things. Those were my like go-tos. Let me just look really quick. What can I do?
You need a coach like I have.
Yeah.
Wait. I know what I do. I am just going to do the most annoying thing for Troy, but it might help me.
Hey, if it keeps you alive.
Oh, wait, no. What if I had such a good idea.
No, it's a bad situation.
I'm so mad. Fuck. Okay. Can I do reality leap, David? Is that mental?
Hold on.
It doesn't say.
mental.
It says conjuration. It's a teleportation spell.
It's mental.
It's instantaneous.
It's mental, mate. It's utterly mental.
reality leap. David, don't look on Starjammer like I just did.
Well,
It's basically teleport. It's teleport.
David did send
yeah.
me today. What did he say?
I already
Starjammer, the premier online rules reference website for the Starfinder RPG.
But we're already looking at this, actually, and this is one of the reasons why closing the door makes sense. So with Reality Leap, you have to see what you're leaping to. Once you leap to it, you roll a 50-50 mischance, if you will, to see if you continue another 1d6 spaces. And then based on where you continue, if you land inside of something, you take damage. So it's basically a 50-50 chance you can kind of get to the wall and then
Away
or
from
go
him.
through the wall. Yeah.
So you can't get back into the room with your friends. The best situation would be you could get further away from him, thereby making him have to come at you and only do one attack, as opposed to however many he can unleash being right next to you.
Well, you
there is a
might be
chance.
able.
Yeah.
You might be able to get into the other room. You definitely could move further in this room, like a decent distance, like you said, Troy, or you can move up to the wall, roll your 50% miss.
Yeah.
To see if you
Hope
go
you
another.
fail.
Hope you fail, and then keep going through the wall.
Oh, you would leap through the wall.
Yeah, you would leap through the wall at that point, which is
I think he's going to take those chances because there's a 50% chance he's going to die if he stays in the room and gets hit again by this guy.
Would that mental spell provoke David?
So that's the thing. Like, most spells, so like rules is written, it's kind of the only stipulation that you can take an action is that things are visible, right? And in this case, it's kind of a target of self. You're clearly visible. Outside of that, there really aren't the verbal and somatic components the way they are in Pathfinder. So it is just casting a spell in general within melee range. Allows someone to give an AOO, and as we know in Starfinder, if they get that AOO and they hit, you lose the spell. So, paralyzed or not, you're casting a spell within melee range. I think there's an AOO that we see if it
That's
gets
so
interrupted.
dumb. That's dumb.
Okay,
But
then
what
I'm
about
not
it would
going to.
provoke?
Dumb.
I'm not
thinking.
going to. My spell is to leave. My spell is to disappear.
I think the spell, though, explicitly has to say it doesn't provoke an attack.
You might
of
as well
opportunity.
say that, like, thinking about breakfast provokes attacks of opportunity. Like, that's all
Maybe
you're
it
doing
should.
is thinking. It doesn't. Maybe it should. You're right.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna. No, I'm just gonna summon a creature. I'm summoning a creature. I'm summoning an angel. I'm summoning another cherubic angel.
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
I believe that would provoke as well, if it matters to you.
What if I summon it directly into my space? Then they would attack the creature.
Unless it's a tiny creature, I don't think it can share your space. Even then, it can't.
I can summon
Basically,
three-
the rules are made to have you just die. Stop trying to live.
Okay. then
No,
you know-
I'm kidding.
No, no.
It's bad. Any spell you cast is going to provoke summon or whatever, and then you're going to take the attacks of this creature when
Okay.
it goes.
So then that's fine. You know what?
Reality
I'm
Leap
gonna-
might be your best chance because you'll
Yeah.
provoke. Oh, but you might lose the spell. That's the
I
problem.
might lose the
if you could
spell.
just get hit, and he's going to hit you, your AC is next to nothing because you're paralyzed.
Yeah. Oh, brother.
This is tough.
Oh,
This is really,
Sydney.
really tough.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do a damage to him then, because if I try to do reality leap and it breaks, then I'm stuck.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna
Once
ask
again,
the- I'm
damage
asking
to
the
him
team. I'm asking the
will
team.
provoke, and you could lose the spell though. Any spell you choose, he's going to hit you, and you're going to lose it.
Always remember that doing nothing is an option. It's always an option, and sometimes even though it sucks, it could be the right option to keep
Okay, wait.
you alive.
Invisibility. This is my last one. Invisibility. Does casting invisibility on myself provoke?
The way
They're saying
Can't-
every spell provokes. Every
No,
spell.
but some don't.
The only ones
Unless
that
it's, if it says it doesn't.
the ones that typically say they don't provoke are like touch delivery spells that you deliver in combat, and invisibility is not one of those.
oh, Sydney, oh,
All
I feel
right.
you.
This sucks so bad, guys. I'll be so
I'm reading
honest.
the Starfinder boards right now, and it's just like, so spellcasting in combat is impossible, right? Yeah, everyone's saying
It's really
everyone's saying
frustrating.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
Is there anything in the witchwarper class that suggests, like, because in Pathfinder, psychic spells and psychic it specifies that all of their spells basically are mental and do not provoke, unless you're casting something else.
It doesn't say
in the
anything about.
witchwarper class.
How about is it possible if you do the changing of the room? With the bottle cap, would you be able to then re-roll the miss chance? If anyone has a bottle cap.
But the problem is she's going to provoke, and it's going to hit her, and she's going to lose the spell. The chances of Callum not getting hit is very small. If you have a spell that's a swift action, that won't provoke. But I don't know if you do.
I don't. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do nothing. I'm going to do nothing. Callum is paralyzed, and he's going to freeze and use his racial bonus to his advantage. And by staying stationary for a round, I gain a +10 racial bonus to my stealth checks. So I'm going to use my skin mimic to basically become invisible, even though it's not really, but I get a plus to stealth. So it's as if I'm hiding in plain sight. I'm doing camouflage on myself.
Cool.
Okay.
This is the best I can do.
Yeah.
No, but we'll get you out of there.
We'll see.
It's Captain K's turn. Captain, you're a good captain. You're loyal. You're strong-willed, and one of your own is behind closed doors with this abomination to your race.
Yeah. No, I don't care for that.
No.
I appreciate you saying I'm a good captain, because normally you just try to sow discord by saying bad things about me.
I was going to wait till the end to tell you, but damn it, you're a good captain.
Okay, question for you about this room. This is the computer monitor, right? Can I stand in that square if I'm squeezing?
The monitor, sorry, ping it again?
I'll ping it again. Oh, no. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I believe you said last episode they were lowish and didn't really provide cover and stuff. So
yeah, they don't provide cover, but you're asking if you just want to stand in that spot, I'm assuming, to try and get someone in range.
I'm considering it, yeah. I just want to know what my options are.
Yeah, I would say for not the middle row, but the left row and the far row, you could share a space there and take a penalty to your AC, or whatever the Starfinder equivalent of squeezing is.
Great. Okay. Well, I guess I'll put it to the players that would be affected. Kreska withdraw. She will eventually do this as part of it. She's going to withdraw a spell gem from her cloak. This is a spell gem of Dimension Door. And I'm going to take whoever would like to come with me out to the other room to go save Callum.
Yes,
but
PG.
Friss is fatigued and don't want to necessarily leave him alone. So,
and don't forget that ghoul is still here as well, who's been lighting y'all up in the top of the room. But the ghoul is slowed right now.
Yes. So I was gonna take Dax and Seiyan and not move, but I can take all three, or I can take just one of you. It's really what do you guys want to do? I'll take the free action to ask on our comm unit.
I can help the boy. I can help the boy, says PG. I just need to get to him. I need to see him.
I don't trust putting this in Eleanor's hands.
Okay. How about
Dax?
It's not PG's hands, but Eleanor's hands.
Wait, what did I say? Do I have some sort of meta knowledge? Well, it has to be somebody who hasn't gone yet, right?
Yeah, that's
And PG, you have a turn coming up. I don't know where we are. Troy, what's the turn order?
That's fair. I can tell you that it goes Captain K, then it goes top of the round. PG, Dax, the Ghoul, Seiyan, and then Ghurd and Nashal.
So we could get both a PG and Seiyan off before the boss. David,
your
you've
thoughts?
done enough tonight.
David, tell Matthew why he can't do it.
No, I want to help Matthew here, actually, because if you read a little bit more closely, you don't have to move to get all four of them. It's just a chain, and at least one of them has to be touching the caster.
Oh, great.
So you have the option, but it has to be continuous, though. So, Seiyan can't be I don't want to go, and then he won't be able to get PG. But
it's probably better for you because I just looked up squeezing in Starfinder, and you have the entangled condition, and you only move at half speed. It's different.
It's not an issue. I'm just gonna move 5 feet. Not gonna take a guarded step. So,
right.
I'm only gonna be squeezing for the fraction of a second before I cast the spell.
Right, now you don't even have to do that, so you save your movement, although drawing the spell gem out.
Yeah, that's fair.
What's your move action?
That's my move action. So who wants to come? So my thought was I would take Dax and Seiyan because they can both hit from range, and Dax can get a full attack action off, and then PG can be in there to back up Friss until we get back in.
Oh, story-wise,
okay.
that's great if it works. PG and Friss, but that fails.
Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. I have an ability to make people to immediately remove a paralyzed condition.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay.
So you have to take all
Right,
of us then.
but you have to get to him,
And then
he's
he
gonna have to
still doesn't get to go.
In order to take PG, you have to take all of them because of the
Yes.
chain. Well, no, you could just take Seiyan and PG and leave Dax, because you could touch Seiyan, and then
true.
Seiyan can form the chain
Okay.
to PG.
How about you just leave me in there and then open the damn door so I can get to save the boy?
That might take several turns, but we can try.
Okay. Well, prevent the boss from
Well, why don't
killing
you just
Callum.
PG? Why don't you just go out there? If you can remove the paralyze, do you have to touch him?
No, I have to see him.
Oh.
Yeah. So you just have to
But
be in
the
the
door is-
room.
the
Decor
door is
O'Brien,
closed.
5, 4,
Yeah.
3.
No. You take a
One.
week with a coach to come up with this move you would never make in a million years. Which, by the
I've
way,
shut
is
doors.
ridiculous. And this
I've
character
shut
would
doors.
never do that.
I've shut doors.
We can now talk board
The
game
captain's
style.
in a meeting. The captain's in a meeting is what the Black Monk said. Don't worry about
The
it.
captain's in a meeting.
Captain will be with you in a moment.
So if you'll just have a seat over here while
Just
we
stands there.
paralyze and murder you with our
Please.
ghoul.
So
My
you're
gut,
sure
my gut
Ellie-
is to stay in here. My gut is to stay in here and help Friss, because I can help in either case, but I can take a lot of damage in here. I can eat up damage in here.
All right. So Ellie, you can remove paralysis. You can do it from range, so I don't need to put you close to Callum to do it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Great. I'm gonna take Seiyan and I'm gonna take PG. And can I see the room again? I'll tell you where we're gonna pop up there, Troy.
Sure.
Go, Captain. Leave them to me.
Hold fast. We'll be back. Okay, great. I'm going to take us and put us. Hold on, I gotta select individually. All right, I'm gonna put us basically right here, or right there.
Nice.
Okay. Dimension
And that-
door into the other room.
Yes, and that is Kreska's turn.
The party has been split. Top of the next round, it is PG's turn.
Okay, PG, in a new location, a little disoriented, but then she sees Callum lying on the floor, and she says, "Boy, run!" And she used "Don't Quit" envoy improvisation to completely remove the paralyzed condition by burning a resolve point at 12th level. So it's gone.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Screw you, O'Brien, for not trusting Eleanor. But do you
That was
trust
Dax,
PG?
dude. That was Dax.
All right, fine. Well, PG's gonna say,
He says what he wants.
yeah, that's fine. PG's gonna say, and don't listen to anyone named Joe O'Brien. It's a dumb name.
Dude, I rock.
All right, so PG removes paralysis. See now, Callum, this is where Grant's suggestion was the right one, because
You delay.
had you not done anything, you could have taken an action now to either get out of there or attack it.
Wait, but I didn't do anything.
Didn't you do
You
the mimic
used your
skin?
racial ability.
I don't have to. No, if I do not do anything, that just happens.
Oh,
Right.
For Thani, who stays stationary for 1 round, if I do anything, if I take an action, I lose this bonus. I don't have to do anything. So technically, I could take my action.
well then. Please take your action.
Okay.
Can I just move up, by the way, or it was my turn over? Like,
Yes, no, you can. You did your standard action was the burning
Yep.
of the resolve.
Yeah.
You can move.
I'm gonna move. So I'm standing 10 feet away from the boss.
Okay.
All right.
So Callum, talk to me.
I am going to move. Can I take... I always forget Starfinder. Can I take a guarded step and cast? Can I do that?
You can.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Taking a guarded step diagonally.
I would guess unless the spell is a full round action
No.
to cast.
I'm casting Greater Invisibility.
Oh, there you go.
Guarded step back. Greater invisibility.
Nice.
And Callum is gone.
Callum
But
shall live another day.
Not before looking at PG and giving the classic head nod without saying anything, and then invisible.
Even though Lene is dead, someone is still looking out for you. It is Dax's turn. Dax, you're still in the room with the two Korobozu, the ghoul, a fatigued Friss. What do you do?
The ghoul, it's been a week. Can you remind me? What is this thing doing? What did it do to us? Was it shooting us from range?
It had a plasma rifle that was shooting in a line, so taking out a number of you.
That's right, and it was doing electricity
Crazy
and
damage.
fire damage.
And it overcharged it, so it was doing extra damage. It has target tracking, so it's a pretty cool lieutenant.
Oh boy. And it's taken damage, right? We've hit it.
Yes.
Okay. Just trying to decide between unloading on this thing or preparing for future rounds as well. I am going to... Shit. I'm going to unload on this thing. I'm just going to try to take it out. God damn it. I keep...
Triple attack?
I think this is only my second round, or maybe third at the most, and I keep wanting or feeling the need to triple attack every round, and so I haven't had a chance to even enact haste, which I want to keep that damage flowing. Okay, here we go. Shit. Well, now I'm just worried about Friss being too exposed. I'll just try to cover Friss as much as possible. So oh no, I can't. All right, here we go. I will fire 3 times.
It's 3 versus 2 in here.
Remember the one in the southwest is slowed. Yep. So you're targeting ones that will be able to do full attack actions if they do attack. So that's good.
I'm sorry.
Southeast is...
I am in the southwest, and is this thing not slowed?
That is slowed. Sorry.
Yeah, that one is slowed. The one with the little clock.
I did a south-north flip, but I had the east-west correct. I did the reverse
the
valley.
people on this show?
I did a south-north flip in an east-west direction.
One of Grant's 7 monitors is upside down. I had the same problem.
All right,
so
I'm
tell
going
me
to
who
attack
you're
this
attacking.
guy. I'm going to attack the ghoul, the slowed one, just because his damage output, I know what he did to me before, and he could put me down pretty harsh right now.
The female Alibrian ghoul. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see it, O'Brien.
All right, here we go. Sorry. I know what happened. I lost all my info. Okay, I found it. Because I have the new gear. Spear of Fates! All right, here we go. Here we go. First shot is a 30 against EAC.
30 is a hit.
That's a hit.
Ooh.
All right,
If you remember, this thing was pretty tough to hit.
good start. 2 10s on 3d10.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
And a 2. Oh, my heart is pounding. 34 points of damage.
Okay.
Electricity and fire, and if it has any resistances, they're reduced, or PR or whatever. Second shot, natural 1.
There it is.
Oh.
There it is, folks. And while Joe looks up that horrible game-ending TPK of a fumble, we'll take a word from our sponsor.
Shit.
There was no sponsor break long enough for you to choose your doom here. This might be the worst time ever for a fumble in the
Not a
history
good
of
time.
ever.
Yeah, well, that's when I'll do it. Brian from Sunrise, Florida. Oh, I hate this title. The title is Reddit.
Oh, no.
As you go to strike. Nope, sorry, Brian. That is a melee fumble. All right. Let's go back to Florida. Corey from Florida has. Oh God, come on. Last time I go to Taco Bell. This is going to be some poop-related fumble. You know how many poop-related fumbles I have to cut? Every person that plays this game likes to joke about poop. They're all 8th graders. The late-night burrito from the ration kit might have been a mistake. You are sickened for 1d4 rounds.
No!
You're a robot!
I'll give it to you
and-
there, O'Brien. Any
And
save?
by the way, this goes back to Skid's meltdown episode. Sickened lowers your weapon's damage. It
All
is
right.
the most preposterous rule in the litany of preposterous rules that we have to deal with.
Well, you're only
gone.
sickened for 1 round.
All right, so I'm not going to do the fortitude save to make it half. It's going to be minimum 1 round.
Skid, think happy thoughts. Think happy thoughts.
What is happening in your pants that the full damage doesn't get out? It's
I might be speaking out of turn, but nope. Your damage also goes down too. For ranged. Ranged damage goes down. Okay, last and final shot. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry I'm
stink.
about being me. Oh, shit. Here we go. Last shot. That's a 24 against EAC.
With a -2 from Sickened?
Yes.
That is a miss.
Fuck!
Not great.
Ooh.
And now it's the ghoul's turn, and seeing you in your sickened state, it is going to do an ability on you. Since it's slowed, can only do one thing. So there's a class ability known as Overload, which you can use on most creatures except like androids. But when you get to a certain level, that turns into Override, which you can use on androids. Go ahead and give me a fortitude save. Excuse me. Will save.
How deep is your will?
Come on, Daxie. Daxie McGee. 18.
Amazing.
No.
David,
make
wipe
sure.
that smile off your fucking face.
Thanks, Coach.
They-
Friss is fatigued for a minute. Dax is dazed for 1 round.
Ugh.
The rest of you are in the other room with the captain. It is now Seyun's turn.
You see targeting lenses drape down from the sides of Seyun's hair over her eyes. She activates her prescient lenses Mark II, allowing her to roll twice and take the better of the rolls on this shot from her rocket-propelled rifle on Ghurd Shaw. She is that a move action? I believe that's a move action. Yep. I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna roll 2 at the same time. One is a 5. The other is a 15 for a 32 to hit.
32 to hit the captain. Hits.
Nice.
That will deal 30 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
Sonic for the purposes of damage reduction.
All right.
So Yen will end her turn by saying, "Everyone on me at the end of your turn." If you're going to recognize David as being in this world, Joe, I'm going to go ahead and go straight to turns.
Wait,
Wait,
but
so
but
you
maybe
want us to
shall-
jump on you?
Yeah, what does on me mean?
It means like cheerleaders. Like first one person has to get on his shoulders,
Yeah.
then the next person gets on that person's shoulders.
On me
am
means
a natural
huddle
flyer.
around me. Huddle around
It's
me.
just an acrobatics check. You're gonna be
I
fine.
can backspot. I'm tall. I can backspot.
Okay. All right,
Okay,
that sounds
okay.
good.
Just get next to
Okay,
me.
so get next to you, all right? Not like physically assault you, all right? I get it.
No,
Start
that
killing
would
me.
be- if your instinct was to throw a grenade at me, maybe go and explore that instinct.
Dude, I haven't tried that yet.
Speaking of which, the captain throws a grenade at you guys on the intersection that should hit all of you. Callum, PG, Kreska, and Seiyun. Well, let me make sure I don't roll a natural one. I don't. Roll a reflex save against this explosion.
Okay.
Oi, oi, oi.
Aussie. What did you get, PG?
91 for a total of 14.
Don't care about the total when it's a natty 1 is an automatic fail. Callum.
I know.
I got a 21 because I think thankfully it doesn't affect my reflex save, which is still a +10.
Well, la-di-da. Captain K?
19. 18.
18, 19, 20.
18.
Seiyun?
23.
23. All right. Everyone except PG passed. It's going to be 3d12 worth of damage. There's a couple 11s.
What is it? Is it a frag?
It's a shock grenade 3. 22. So PG, you take 24 points of explosion damage. I rolled 11, 11, 2. And the rest of you take 12 unless you have evasion. So the captain does that, and then we'll slide over behind this trophy case to the north of Callum, giving it some cover back there. Since the captain, he is alone in this room. But he doesn't look very scared, although there is blood like pouring out of his body now. He's been lit up. It all started when Dax walked into the room and crit twice. It is the
And then shit once.
crit twice and shit once, as the old adage goes. It is the Korobozu's turn. A dazed Dax. David Winters, talk to us about dazed.
Dazed is basically you just can't do any actions. It is you're unable to act normally. You can take no actions but have no penalty to AC.
No penalty to AC. Okay. Here's what's going to happen. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. All right. Actually, is that 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Oh, this is amazing. All right. So the one down the bottom is going to, he's fully attuned, and he is going to do the Starquake. And I can actually move up to Friss and all the way over to Dax with my 50 feet of movement. And so both of you roll a reflex save. You'll take the damage. Let's see if you fall prone.
18.
18. Friss.
Natural
reflex?
Natural one.
Oh boy. So Friss falls prone and takes only 1 point of damage. Dax stays up and takes also just 1 point of damage. 2 ones on 2 d8s. But Friss is now fatigued and prone, and Dax is dazed. The other one, seeing that he no longer needs to block the door, is going to move up to Friss and do an unarmed strike. Comes at Friss and does that same strike that it did to PG in the previous room, where it just like tries to ring Friss's bell here. Okay, not a good roll. Obviously prone and all these other things might make it still hit with a 24.
Miss.
Miss. Fatigued and prone, and he came up and just stumbled in trying to hit Friss and missed. It is now Dr. Friss's turn.
All right. Friss he's going to stand with a swift action. Oh, that awful thing.
Towering over you.
With his Moxie ability, he's going to stand with a swift action Ponder briefly why paralysis doesn't affect your reflex save, and yet diarrhea can lower the damage you do with a gun. And he is going to take a guarded step back from this undead Jedi and fire a trick attack that is a 24 against CAC.
24 against CAC is a hit. Is he still flat-footed, or he no longer flat-footed at the beginning?
He's flat-footed. He wasn't flat-footed. He was not flat-footed for a split second. He's flat-footed again when I shot at him. So
okay, that is it.
Does your Moxie provoke though when you hop up, or does that wave
it's a
off?
swift action. I don't know.
Standing up from prone, I think, might provoke.
I don't think it does. Not in Starfinder.
No?
The only thing that provokes in Starfinder is leaving a threatened square, casting a spell, and making a ranged attack.
That is true.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
up.
you're. I think you're fine, Friss.
Yeah, I think you're
Okay.
right. I think you're right. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. 38 points of damage and flat-footed again.
38 points of damage and flat-footed. All right, so Friss is in his fatigued state, doing the best he damn can. And it is Captain K's turn. Captain. Not but a week ago. Was it a week ago or 2 weeks ago? You learned some very interesting things about your past, and this captain was all wrapped up in this somehow.
I mean, it was just like minutes ago in the game, though, right?
Yeah, it feels like a week ago, 2 weeks.
Kreska's she's still in it. Okay. I'm so glad the captain moved to where he moved. Because a cosmic eddy appears and gets him in the edge of its radius. Please roll a reflex save. Oh, Captain. Not my
A
captain.
reflex save. Oh, Captain, not my captain.
Get him.
30.
Oh.
Okay, you pass, so you don't fall down. But you do take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh. That's not nothing.
That's not nothing. And yep, you're not flying. That doesn't apply to you. If you leave the spell's area and returns, yeah, we've been through this before. You know Cosmic Eddy.
I know Cosmic Eddy. He went to high school together.
All right, and
What up, Kaz?
Seiyun, am I
Big
sufficiently
stoner.
Cosmic Eddy? Yeah, always baked that Cosmic Eddy.
Really kick-ass airbrush on the side of his van.
The unicorn.
Yeah.
Seiyun, am I sufficiently on you?
You
Or do
are,
need me to
Captain.
be-
You are sufficiently on me. You will provide an excellent base to the cheerleading pyramid we're about to form.
I guess I'll still take a 5-foot step so that PG doesn't have to do any kind of weird maneuvering.
Yeah, 7 points of damage he's in bad shape, but with that force field that keeps regenerating, you're gonna have to do more than that. You feel like you can take him out though. Unfortunately, he's a tough cookie. Top of the next round, it is PG's turn.
Already? Oh my god. Okay, so Seiyun, Grant, you have something really cool that makes it worth my time to go down there. Otherwise, I have some other cool shit.
I'm being
I wanna do.
cagey because I don't want to unveil what's happening too much in the heat of battle. I'm trying to simulate that, but in the interest of people not being pissed off later, I'm ready to Dimension Doris right back in there. That's an ability I had. I was trying to keep it secret to make it really cool on the episode, but
Sorry.
it's high stakes, and no, it's not just you. Everyone is like, what should I do? Because characters' lives are on the line, and I get it. So I'm going to be forthright, and Seiyun is going to probably have told you at some point while we rested, I have new powers, I have new abilities. At any moment, I can Dimension Doors back in there to help the two very much in trouble crewmates inside and give us some time.
Okay.
But that's up to you. You don't have to go. Do you?
Well, the thing is, I'm wondering then we'll leave Callum, even though he's greater invisibility, but we'll leave him alone.
Well, Callum will
in here.
join too. I would wait until Callum got there as well.
Ah, okay. Okay. That's a good move. I think I'll be able to get back in there with some of my skills. So
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking PG. The problem is I don't know what a cone is. I know what a cone is. I know it's a quarter of a circle. But I'm trying to figure out how it would land without hitting Callum. That's my problem here.
From where you're standing here, it would be next to impossible. Maybe there's a way you could move up to the space 10 feet above Callum and then angle it in a way that would only hit the captain.
See, that's what I was considering doing. So,
don't forget those are whatchamacallit. So like Seiyan and Kreska are on 2 levels, and you're on the level with Kreska. So you would have to move to the stairs and then down the stairs.
Yeah.
Unless you want to hop off, but that'll slow down your movement.
Well, I'll activate my haste circuit, so at least I will be able to move further with that as a swift action. And then that would make me be able to move 60 feet. So I'm gonna move up then.
Perfect.
Up there, and then she's going to get into that weird ass dragon posture again and open her big maw, and this acid just comes out of her mouth as she's using her Arcanicus gland. It's an augmentation. And yeah, so I'm gonna do that.
Gland.
Arcanicus gland, yes.
Okay.
And
is it a roll to hit, or is it just happen? Do I get any sort of save?
That's what I'm. I think it's a save. It's a half. It's a reflex save for half. So, all right, here we go.
All right, let me give you the reflex save. Ooh, 19.
Reflex, is that it? DC, half your lever plus your constitution. Reflex, 20 is the DC.
So I failed.
Nice.
So you failed. 44 points of damage.
Whoa, that's huge.
What do you say to the captain as you unleash this acid upon his body? You see, just has this those things that look like intestines inside of him was the morgue tongue going up and out through its mouth. The same morgue tongue that slashed at Callum and paralyzed him. You probably can't put together everything that Kreska learned, but you know this guy is bad business. He's on his last steps. You turn the corner, he's just looking at you like huffing and puffing. What do you say as the acid comes out?
I say, go back to where you come from, you dirty dog. And then she's going to activate her Skittermander action again that she can use once per day, but we rested before this. So we rested a full night, right? And and she's gonna gun for it, run right over Callum, and stand next to Seiyan. So I'm back.
And that dirty dog is dead.
You dirty dog.
Oh man, now I wish I'd said something cooler. I thought it was just you being.
That was good.
No. What a.
That was like you're getting all of your quips from Gangs of New York, but that's awesome.
The captain of the Empire of Bones, known dirty dog. He's now dead.
Well, okay, but it's like it was acid though, so it's like also like it must be smelling like shit in there right now. Just so you know, if he has like intestines and everything.
Yeah, I don't know how
between
smell
you and
works in a
Dax,
vacuum.
it's got to be pretty bad.
Bad news bears, but the captain of the Empire of Bones is dead. And now it is Callum's turn, who has moved in the initiative order. Callum, PG, Seiyan, and Kreska have come to save you. There must have been this moment when Linnea died. You're like, what? But they still got your back.
Yeah, it's so sweet. Callum just is like in awe, invisible. Nobody can see him, but like all his friends show up and then they're like, we're gonna whisk you away. But Callum says to the captain and to Seiyan, permission to enter the room without you guys, because if you dimension door me, I lose my whole turn. But if I enter the room, I can do something else.
I have no permission to grant. And I think that's awesome. And I think it makes sense. I think if this were a Pathfinder game, you would not know that the Kurobozo stepped away from the door. But with comm units and Friss having gone since it moved, I think it makes sense that Friss would have been like, there's movement on the door.
I think also Callum just goes, where's Dak?
Oh, well,
He's dead.
Forget about him.
No!
JK.
Callum screams as he runs into the room. Dax!
So Callum,
lose another friend.
what are you thinking here? Are you going to do your reality leap? Or are you going to move to the door and open it?
No, I think he just saw that they took down the captain. And he's like, holy shit. Okay, well, I know for a fact Dax isn't out here. Friss isn't out here. I need to get back into that room. He has enough movement to move directly through the door into the room.
Can you move through walls? The only reason I ask, I'm not being flip, is that once you get to the door, it's a second move action to then open it, and then your turn's over.
Oh.
Yeah, if you can walk through walls, you don't have to worry about that, but unfortunately, like no matter how much movement you have to get to the door, it then uses up the rest of your turn to open it.
All right. You know what? It was great storytelling for Grant, for Seiyun. Callum doesn't do anything that I said before. He runs down and he goes, you can't see me, but I'm holding your hand. And he touches PG's furry little hand. And he goes, this is Callum. Don't get freaked out.
Yeah, PG throws up acid, like extra acid, because she gets so startled and it's like, oh, and then waits for him.
Little acid reflux.
Yeah.
Very haunting of Hill House there.
Comes back to Dax, who is dazed in this cyber control area with one of these horrible Korobozu black monks standing directly next to him. And dazed, what is it? You can't do anything? Or?
Yeah. No actions.
No action. So you want to give me a mental action?
Yeah. He's you said it's override, right? So I imagine it's like something goes like deep into his circuitry, and it's just like, and it like shorts out all of his systems, and like his finger comes off the trigger of the Spear of Fates, and he's starting to almost lose a grip on it, as if it's going to drop, and then in the midst of it, there's like a static that's moving through his mind, and then it's almost like the Matrix, like seeing the Matrix. There's like this code that is just like flashing in front of him, and instead of like, and he sort of can like read the Matrix, but instead it comes out almost as sound, as like voices, and he hears a voice. Like a humanoid voice that's just like, where is he? And this other voice is just like, close. Your eyes with clicks. And then the first voice again is like, incredible. It made it so far. Then the other voice is like, yes, but there's a great delay on our information. This is still remarkable. Make sure it is recovered. And then it clicks him back in, and like that's the moments that he's like gone, and he's just like, what the fuck was that? Like, it's as if people are inside of him talking about him. And it's very, very disconcerting and strange.
Oh,
Damn.
Bottle cap, O'Brien. That was very, very cool. That's how you do it.
Yes.
That's how
thanks,
you
man.
use a empty turn. Unfortunately, it is the ghoul's turn. Now, how long is he slowed? It said 1 there, and it's already been 1 round. Was that related to the slowed, David?
That one, I think, was actually something else. The slowed is multiple.
Yeah, it's number of rounds based
isn't
off
it?
of my level, so he's slowed for the rest of his life.
For the rest of his
Well,
life.
you know what? I'm sorry. Before he goes, could I possibly try something? I just want to get another layer of detail. The overload. What does it do exactly? What is it? Is the exact wording? Is it
Override, you mean?
Yeah, override. I'm sorry. Is it an ability used against constructs? Is that what it says?
And
is it mind affecting? Is my question.
Let me look. Like basically, overload is one thing. Override allows the overload class feature to affect androids, drones, robots, and creatures with a technological subtype. So
Here's why I
basically
ask.
it causes things to short out more or less and like become like non-functioning.
So you normally use it on
so
weapons.
it's not
You
mind
overload
affecting.
a weapon.
Overload is
No.
for gear. It's not for like biologicals. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, you overload a
it is
computer.
It is explicitly affects androids, drones, and robots, this better version of it. Yeah, you couldn't do this to a person, which is what also makes it perfectly fitting. You stayed in the room directly in front of this person.
Yeah. All right, I got you.
Oh man, I really like this gun, but I like its other abilities too. Thing is slowed. If I move up to you, I'm gonna be stuck there.
But how horrifying is that? Moving into position and like knowing in a round it'll be able to do it? Ugh.
Yeah. Actually,
and unable to move, it just like
the other reason
it's just walking toward you. Like,
the other reason I love this, and I'm probably gonna do it, is because Dax will then be unable to escape. So the ghoul moves up to Dax. So Dax has the ghoul to the north and the Korobozu to the east, while Frisk faces down one Korobozu. Of course, the friends will be coming in soon. It is Se-Yun's turn.
Se-Yun reaches one hand out to Captain K, one hand out to PG, as PG reaches into an invisible void and touches Callum. Teleports all of us, although I can't move Callum's character, in the southeastern corner of the room, hugging the edge of the computer terminals to allow Captain K room to navigate. This is kind of equidistant between the two Korobozus threatening us and the ghoul slowly lurching towards Dax.
It's a cool little room, right, with those rows of computers. I'm hamstrung by it as much as you are, but it's wide around. You can move around the perimeter, but you have to move up and down these little rows. Frisk is small enough to be able to scamper over with some acrobatics.
what?
You guys could do that as well.
I'm gonna revise where I would teleport us to. Callum's gonna be improved invisible immediately behind Dr. Frisk. We're gonna get right up on the Korobozo threatening
Can
Dax.
you reshape the way that you guys were?
It would still be in an L exactly as it was out in the hallway. So that's why it's going right there.
I got you. All right, so with Dimension Door, you just picture it and you're there. There's
Just have to envision it, or I can say a general direction. But since we were just in that room, I figured I had a really good idea of the layout of it.
Okay, great. All right, so you pop up right next to the Korobozu that is there, and then Callum is invisible behind Frisk. Interesting, and it is the Korobozu's turns. The one that is between Dax and Kreska. Oh boy. Lot of options here.
lot of action. Action.
Here's what I'm going to do. The one up top is going to do black epoxia on the group. I think. Let me see here. That would be, actually, I'd have to move right up to Frisk, and I will, and that will then hit everybody.
And provoke?
Black epoxia, I don't know, would that provoke?
It's supernatural, not a spell-like ability.
What is the difference between spells and supernatural ability?
All right,
Troy,
so everyone
don't-
but Dax. Go ahead.
I don't think you have to move though. It's 30 feet to get.
Yeah, I didn't know why you
Kreska.
had to move either.
Because I can't get Dax in it either way. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Correct.
it doesn't.
Right. I like the idea of just kind of closing everyone in, though.
Sure.
Or you could get Dax and Kreska and Se-Yun and just not Dr. Frisk Callum.
Dax is going to get his.
PG.
All right, so Kreska, Se-Yun, PG, Callum, and Frisk. Even though you're invisible, Callum, you're still affected by this. Give me a will save or fortitude. I had it up and I lost it.
And you can shape the cone to avoid attacking your ally, Korobozu.
He's immune to it.
Yeah.
Very nice. They just play around in each other's
fortitude.
filth.
Fortitude save, yes. Yeah, they hung out around each other enough that they're like immune to each other's abilities.
They spit on each other all the time.
Frisk, you're due for a win here.
I'm already affected. So does it stack?
Oh, that's right. No, it does not. As far as I know. Okay, Callum.
15 on the die, 22.
Bam.
PG.
18.
Sayan.
22 club alongside my invisible friend Callum.
Kreska.
21.
You all passed.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay, all right. The other Korobozu will do 4 attacks. I'm going to start leveling them at the captain right now. So first attack, captain, is going to be a 17, miss.
Miss.
Second attack, 18, miss. I'm going to keep attacking you. Then a 30 on the third attack.
Yes.
Against CAC. That's going to do 17 points of damage. Wouldn't have been nice at all. 4 of these hit. And then the final attack is 26 against CAC.
Miss.
Nice.
All right, so 1 out of 4 attacks hits. As I hit you with that 1 attack, I will use my do I want to use? Yeah, I will use my reaction. Give me a fortitude save.
Okay. Natural 20.
All right, so you will not be affected by the thing that PG was affected by, the Sage's Bane in the previous room where she couldn't communicate and would have been flat-footed off target and rendered unable to use any wisdom-based skills. You pass with a natural. What's your fortitude bone?
Only a +6.
Yeah, I would have fucking had you. But then, give me another D20 for shits and giggles.
All right. 20.
All right, get out of my life. The Korobozu's bad round for them. The tide of battle is changing, and it is Dr. Friss's turn. Friss, this guy has now put you in a tough position because you're going to provoke if you use any ranged abilities.
Yeah, and I'm penned in now because Callum is right behind me, and I'm between 2 rows of computers. So, can I forget. Can I do an acrobatics check to not provoke while hurtling over this computer row?
I mean, you can just move right through all of their squares. If you want to just go around.
I can't do a guarded step.
Correct.
So I'd either have to do a full withdrawal or provoke.
Yeah. So
Is it? Would it just be the DC be higher because he's trying to escape? First, hop up onto the computers, and then second, get out of range. Would it just be a higher?
Hold on, just a quick second. Let me just throw in. Why not just provoke? Because these guys don't seem to have a ludicrous to hit, and 1 attack of theirs doesn't seem to do a lot of damage. Are you really low, or?
No, but yeah, okay. So I'll just provoke.
Yeah, I mean, they just missed 3 attacks on Kreska. I don't know.
Just out of curiosity, because you may have a way to avoid that, because all of a sudden I roll a natural 20 and then Skid's never going to talk to you again.
Yeah.
So what, David, what would be the actual rule? He's trying to use acrobatics to get out of there, to avoid the
Well, so he could use acrobatics to move action. You move at half speed. We have some other rules that go with it. The thing we often mess up with Skid is the trick attack is a full action where you move up to your speed. So you basically can't do guarded steps. You can't do like a funny tumble or something else. It's literally, without some of the other operative exploits,
I can't do a guarded step at all and do trick attack?
Yeah, correct. Because it's move up to your speed, not do a move action.
What? Up to my speed, I'm moving.
See, you can tell I don't like correcting you on this one too often because
it's
this
stupid,
exact reaction.
because fuck you. Fuck you.
Because fuck you.
That's insane. Come on, man.
Yes, because
really?
the guarded step is its own thing. It
but
doesn't
it's
count.
Oh.
I know.
All right, whatever. Then I'll just provoke. I'll just shoot him. I'll just shoot him right in the face.
Maybe I'll miss. Let's-
Natural 4. I miss.
Okay. And I may have missed as well with a 31.
Yeah, that's a miss.
All right, so you take 16 points of damage. And your friendship with Joe and David is ruined.
Yeah.
That's what really stings.
It's the friends we lost along the way. All right, so Friss is in a rough place there. Captain, can you right this ship? One captain is dead.
Kreska says to the Korbosu, Perhaps your abomination of a captain didn't tell you that a Vesk is never unarmed. And I will do 2 attacks.
Dax points like over past it, like towards Kreska, and it's just like, she is the captain now. She is the captain now.
So Corboza just taps on his headset as if to say, we're not on the same channel. I have no idea
Right,
what you're saying.
I forgot there's no
It's like,
air in your
what?
completely ridiculous ship that can't exist.
Channel 12. Channel 12. 12.
12. 2
Yes.
words.
No.
What?
Sounds like.
First
Sounds
syllable.
like.
Sounds like delve. No, all right. I'm just gonna swing twice with the.
Yeah, delve is a real easy one.
Sounds like delve. Was that delve? Was that the hand motion for delve?
Sounds like dig.
Surprisingly, Kreska isn't allowed to play charades that often because as a telepath, it's a little bit like cheating. So she she thinks it would be unfair for her to play. So she often does not get to play charades.
Well, she's an honorable woman.
First attack, natural 20.
Oh,
There
gracious.
it is, and the tables have turned.
Natural 20 to your flanked friend over here.
Yeah,
Give me
that's
that
gonna
double
be,
damn.
53 points of damage. Sorry,
any of that-
52 points of damage.
Is that all regular damage?
It's magical for the purposes of bypassing DR because of my
Okay.
Mystic Strike.
Very cool. Huge attack by the captain. You got another one in you?
Oh, I have another attack. I don't know if I have another natural 20. though.
Emboldened by the death of the
Okay.
one of the people responsible for
Tweener.
your family's demise.
Natural 13, but I am flanking. So 24 against KAC.
All right, did you give yourself the bonus or do I take a penalty?
I
always
gave myself
forget.
the bonus.
Okay. You said 24
Yes.
against KAC.
Against KAC.
That is a hit.
Yes.
Captain.
Cracked die.
Because of
Okay.
splitting this combat, I just have no idea where any of these guys are in terms of HP right now.
29 points of damage.
29 points of damage.
Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. 32 points of damage. I forgot I have 3d6 on my claws as a 12th level.
Well, la-di-da. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, I'll stay there and can give Dax a flanking bone as he comes out of his daze. Unless Seiyun comes on the comms and tells me to get out of the way.
Captain,
All right.
you can remain where you are. It's your prerogative as captain.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yet again, Seiyun gives permission to the crew.
Everybody's asking Seiyun for permission for everything.
It is PG's turn
She's new, it's only polite.
at the top of a new round. Pidgey.
PG, she drags out another grenade from the depths of her clothes and she starts cooking it in her hand and throws it in the intersection right between all the ladies. Sorry, all the undead. So it's
All
so
the
I
single
should
ladies.
all the single ladies should get get the brunt
All
of
right.
this.
Now, that looks like it'll hit everyone, including you. Do you have a
Yeah.
way of excluding your friends, or is it something
Yeah.
that only affects undead?
Holy water.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
there you go.
Oh, you single ladies. Oh, you single ladies.
Oh, you
And this-
living ladies. Oh, you living ladies.
All right.
This
so,
is not as strong though as the other one, so it's the DC is a little lower. So
all right. So I got to roll 3 reflex saves.
yes, for half.
All right.
You
Let's
guys
start with the
Did you roll the
Korobos.
hit, Ellie? Because that's important on cooking
Yeah,
your grenade. It matters if you nat 1.
Okay, it matters if I nat 1. Come on, nat 1. 13. So
There you go.
13. Yeah, you didn't
Yep.
want the nat 1. All right, let's start with the Kurobozu to the north of Dr. Friss. Reflex save crushed at 28. The one between Dax and Kreska, not great. 15. Got to be a fail, right?
yeah, fail.
All right, so the one between Dax and Kreska, the Kreska just crit, failed. And then my slowed Alibrian Ghoul, that's going to be a 25.
Yeah, that's a. So you take the ones who passed take 10 points of damage, and the other one takes 19 points of damage. Or is it rounding down? So then it's 9,
Yeah.
8. Wait, no.
9 points of damage. Yeah.
How about
Okay.
10 for fun? See, okay.
Well, here's the good news: the one between Dax and Kreska is dead.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So it is now down to 2 enemies. I mean, thank goodness that you slowed this ghoul, because it is a tough cookie, but only 1 action per round. It is Callum's turn.
All right. Callum is still invisible. Can I step over this computer terminal to free up space between Friss and I? Can I step to the right over it? I'll do an acrobatics.
No, I mean, you know what you can do? You can move diagonally around it. It's fine.
Okay, I move diagonally around it.
Yep.
And I am going to cast Hold Monster on the undead monk in front of Friss.
Okay. Hold monster. What type of a save is it?
This is a
You
will
can't
save.
sit. Sorry, Sid, you can't.
It's undead.
It's a living creature, isn't it? It has to be alive.
Yes. Do you have hold undead? Probably
You
not.
know, it's funny I don't. But
It does not
here's,
exist.
So tired of fighting the dead.
here's what I will do. I just wish I knew what this was going to be when I built Callum. I wish I knew that I'd be fighting undead. I wouldn't have
I know. I wish I hadn't wasted 4 levels on Biohacker when none of the things I can do matter at all here.
All my spells are fortitude saves, and even when they're not, I can't use them. And this is my song about Callum. All right.
I like it.
I'm there with you.
Yeah, I'm going to instead cast Disrupt Creature. I still move out of the way, and as a standard action, I expend an unused spell slot to target a creature and swap different organs within them, imposing the shaken condition.
Okay.
And
Any type of save?
hell no. And I'm going to cast it at second level, just in case you try anything funny. So that's for 2 rounds.
2 rounds. All right. So it gets all sort of messed up, shaken, not stirred for 2 rounds. It is Dax's turn. Dax, you wake up out of your daze, and there is just 1 enemy in front of you. The one to your right is dead.
I'm back. He comes back, shakes off whatever that was. What? What was that? And this thing is right in his face. Ah! And he's got to go step to fight now. Slowed. Cannot take reactions.
Correct. Well,
Bam,
slowed makes it
salad.
staggered. Staggered, no reactions.
With a little bit of Dax dressing on top. Here he comes, full ranged attack action at this guy. Point blank, Spear of Fates right in his undead gut. 3 shots of mystical, generation-spanning, magical energy! Fuck. 22 against EAC is a miss. There we go. That is a hit.
What is it?
It is 28 against EAC.
Barely a hit.
Ooh. Balls.
Uh-oh.
It all comes back to balance. 2 1s on 3d10.
Oh,
That is 26 points of damage.
Okay.
And 1 more shot. I'm going to test your barely. 27 against EAC.
That is a hit.
Yes!
Come on.
Natty 16, natty 15. Oh, that's better, baby. That's better. 38 points of damage.
oh, nice.
On the last. All electricity and fire. Don't give me any resistances, or if you do, reduce them by 5, you son of a bitch.
I can't believe you hit on 2 out of 3. It is Lieutenant Renzar's turn here,
Damn, I
and she
wish
is
he
going
died.
to attempt to bite you.
Shit.
Uh-oh.
So here comes the bite. Miss with a 24.
Nice, nice.
Oh, I didn't
She's
want to roll
all-
saves against you.
She's all sorts of messed up. It would have been multiple saves and it would have been beautiful, but instead it's Seiyun's turn, the new captain.
Seiyun is going to raise her captain's arms to the ceiling whoosh, and pull down a wall of flame diagonally through the last remaining lieutenant and the Kurubozo, immediately dealing 5d6 with no save worth of fire damage to each of them. The flames will be emanating towards the southwestern side or northwestern side of the room.
Nice.
Caught myself. It's all that matters.
Why does Grant hate us?
I flipped east and west, but in a north-south direction. It was something like that he said. I almost like shorted out.
That was earlier,
so
Joe. It's, my gyros have been recalibrated, but they're still incorrect.
Wow.
We're floating with gimbal lock.
Wow, so you drop a wall of fire directly on both of them, and it's 5d6 damage, no save.
No save. That is correct, sir.
Wow.
Give me
You will take 20 points of fire damage. Pretty good roll.
Cleansing flames.
20 points of fire damage to both of them. Wow. Yeah, you got to pull out all the stops here. It is the Kurobozu, one remaining Kurobozu's turn. Does he take any damage on his turn?
I'm looking at the wall of fire text right now.
I'm sure he does.
I believe it's on his turn. David, if you have this more ready than I
I'm
do.
pulling it up too.
When
Hot
it appears
side
and on
damage.
your turn each subsequent round. So,
All right, give me more damage.
well, on my turn each subsequent round, right? The wall
Oh,
deals-
on your turn. Okay, great.
Yeah, on your turn, me being the subject of the your. So,
All right, I'm going to do...
I'm sorry, I misread this part of it. It deals double damage to undead creatures, so everyone can
right. I
take
thought so.
an
That's
additional
right.
20 points of
thought so.
damage.
Wow.
an additional 20.
That's correct.
All right, so the Lieutenant Ghoul dies.
Yes. Nice. Flames.
This guy is still up,
40
and he will
points of
take
damage.
4 attacks on Dr. Friss. He's going to be 4 unarmed strikes. And he hasn't used his Sage's Bane, right?
Correct.
The other one did. All right, first attack, Friss, natural 20.
Cool.
I'm sorry, it's not a ton of damage, but it does have a critical effect of stun. So it will be minimum damage, 28 points of bludgeoning damage. And then you're just stunned, right?
Yeah.
No, you usually get a save.
Yeah, I think you're right. I just don't have it doesn't have the save listed.
Yeah, usually, I've not chosen weapons because when they do something that amazing on a crit, there's still a save, and I'm like, what in the hell? How is this crit ever supposed to work well for me?
David, what do you got
I
there
could be
for
wrong.
critical stunned?
Yeah, I mean, yes, it usually does stun you, but yes, I agree there is usually a save on these things.
Maybe it's because it's
tricky.
not a weapon and it's just like a hand-to-hand combat thing. I
Yeah,
don't know.
because it's usually I thought it factors in the item level and whatnot
Yeah.
into the DC, but there's no item level because it's
Well,
his
you know
hands.
what? Staggered says the critical effect of Staggered says the target must succeed at a Fortitude save or be staggered for 1 round. Deafen says the target must succeed at a Fortitude save or be deafened
Yeah,
for
that's
1d4
fair.
minutes.
That's fair.
Stun says the target is stunned
The
for 1
target is
round.
stunned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there might not be a save. Yeah.
All right. The bad situation here is you don't want Frisk to go. You don't want him to go down early in these attacks. So you'll probably be fine, but he is stunned. I don't know how that affects your AC. Second attack, 16 misses. Third attack, 22 with all your pennies.
You are
Let me see.
flat-footed while stunned, though.
Okay. That is a miss.
Miss on the 22. Final
Beautiful.
attack with the unarmed strike. Oh, give me a Fortitude save for Sage's Bane.
Fail. 92.
All right, so same thing had happened to PG. Can't communicate, can't use wisdom-based skills, flat-footed and off-target. So Frisk is a mess, and he'll do one more attack and hits on the final attack with a 30. And you take max damage on the final attack, 19 points of damage. So you guys are seeing this thing just, these fists are coming out of the flames, just.
And
When my ally within 100 feet takes the hit point damage, I'm going to spend a resolve point to prevent 1d4 for every 2 witchwarper levels. So 12 or
6d4.
D4. whatever the damage is.
On that last attack?
Yeah.
Okay. So can somebody give me a 64
I'm doing it. 3.
dice roller online?
64 is a great one for a digital roller.
Yeah.
'Cause who's got 64 just rattling around?
19.
That's exactly the damage you just took. All right, so you
I
get
was
that
down
back.
into my
for
hit
us.
points, and that gives me back. Thank you.
Oh,
That's
beautiful,
perfect.
Sid.
So 4 attacks, only 1 hit, and it was the crit. So Friss is stunned. He's a mess, and now it's Friss's turn, standing right next to this guy who is fighting out of the flames.
I can't even think. You can move on.
Okay, Friss is gonna sit this one out. It's probably for the best. Maybe your team can mop this up, Captain.
The amount of
Okay.
icons on your pawn right now isn't a joke. That's not a bit.
Yeah,
That's the most I've seen that isn't a bit.
I know. Like, I literally can't do anything. Like,
Captain K,
Yeah.
can you finish this combat?
I hope so. The Kreska is gonna move up to here and then do an acrobatics check to get on top of the computers. Is that
All right, so
seem
Kreska
reasonable?
slides past Seiyan and PG, moves up into the space that Invisible Callum was just in, and then hops up onto the console. What's your acrobatics bonus?
+3.
All right, give me a roll.
16.
Just to see if it's funny. All right, you get up there with ease, a little unsteady on your feet, like a surfer just surfing for the first time. What do you do?
I take a swing with my vest claw.
For the record, when I
okay.
surfed for the first time, I didn't stand up at all. It's not like you stand up at all.
By the end of the
first
day, you
time.
don't get up once. Give yourself a +1 to hit from a higher position there.
31 to hit then.
31 to hit. Give me that damage.
28 points of damage. Magical
Nice.
purposes of DR.
Describe your kill.
oh, yes.
The Kreska,
Yes, Captain.
back to old school Kreska, gets down on all fours and gallops across, and then jumps on top of the computer. And as she's up in the air, she comes down with one claw and just slashes across this thing's face and knocks its head to the side. Killed.
Nice.
And it dies.
It
Yes.
falls into the flame.
Falls into the flames. And you are out of combat.
Our 13th level.
And you are 13th level. Well, you did gain a lot of XP.
We
But
did
you
beat the
have-
boss.
You have
We just beat
defeated.
the captain of the ship.
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't take one of you down with me.
Yeah.
You tried.
You kitchen sinked it, and you had to. Callum's life was hanging in the balance. The captain could do 3 attacks, I think. Multi-attack. Yeah, could do tongue and 2 slams. Bad damage. 2d6 plus 19 on the tongue, 2d8 plus 19 on those 2 slams, and they would have all hit. So, I mean, if you had just tried to get to Callum, the traditional way, there was no way he was going to last more than 2 rounds. Maybe. And you pulled it off. You played like a team, and you came out on top. But some of you were in really bad shape, especially Friss. What do you do?
Take 10 minutes to start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But man, and we know we got no more rest, so every 10-minute rest is
Yeah.
huge as we start
Oh, yeah.
burning resolve.
All right. Before we do that, I know Friss, you're in a bad way because of all the things you've incurred, but like healing point wise, I do have mass cure wounds, so mystic cure. I don't know if people need that. I don't know how many hits we all took, but I could use my spell gem that I got from PG and do that for folks.
I don't. Is anyone down into their hit points?
I'm not.
Yeah.
I
I,
will-
don't think you need to.
Pocket it for now and save it for a rainy day.
And
Good to know that you
since
have that.
in 10-minute rest, like all of Friss's conditions goes away, right? Like the stun and the weird.
Yeah, all that stuff.
That was
will-
all like minute-based ish.
Yeah. Round
okay,
and minute
okay.
based. The fatigued is over. Yeah, so just be sure to mark off that resolve, because some of you spent resolve in the combat as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kreska would like to immediately go to the body of the captain
Okay.
Yeah.
and see what was on him.
Count spits on it. How dare you?
You've dishonored the Vescarium, and you dishonor all of us. And then I raid his pockets for loose change.
He, in the other room, right when you walk in.
Now that is Vesk honor.
That's right.
You can take the Vesk out of the Vescarium. He had left behind a tactical auto beam rifle. That's what he unleashed, put on fully auto mode and then threw it to the ground. That's back in the other room. That was his only weapon because other than that, it was slams and tongues. He used his shock grenade, but he does have another one. Shock grenade 3.
Ooh.
His...
We'll give that to PG.
Yeah, she's the grenadier.
Grenadier.
I'll have some grenadine with my Shirley Temple.
There is a comm unit, and that force field that he was wearing. It's an advanced Irida shell, so it's a white force field with 15 hit points. White hit force fields regenerate 4 hit points per round.
The advanced Irida shell is actually the armor. The force field is the armor
slot. Okay.
upgrade.
All right, so the armor is advanced Irida shell, and in one of its slots it has the white force field.
That's a heavy armor for those of you keeping track at home.
Advanced Irida shell?
Advanced Irida shell.
It's a level 9 armor, plus 13 to EAC, plus 15 to CAC.
Ooh,
Max dex,
wow.
plus 3.
I think I might take that if no one else can take heavy armor.
It is fit for a Vesk,
It is.
but it's
It
dirty
makes sense. You take it, Capitan.
Eoxian armor.
How do you spell
Covered in-
How do you spell Irida shell?
IRIDI shell.
And it's covered in acid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly
Covered in
broken.
PG's vomit.
Yeah, she ruined it.
The lieutenant was a mechanic, actually. She has an artificial intelligence in her exocortex, an expert rig. But things you could take, the Yellow Star plasma rifle, and also had a buzzblade dueling sword.
That has been my weapon all the way up until I got this spear. And so when she started shooting and doing that massive amount of damage, I was like, oh, this is what it's like to be on the other end of Dax's Yellow Star plasma array.
Yeah, I don't remember you using it in a line that often, though.
No, I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not... Joe, it's actually not the plasma array, it's the plasma rifle, and the plasma rifles are the line weapons.
Got it.
And then the Korobozus, nothing. They've taken a vow of not buying shit.
What about the ghoul?
The ghoul had that buzzblade dueling sword and the Yellow Star
plasma rifle. Does anybody use long arms in this group? I don't think so, right?
Sayan does.
Yeah?
Sayan.
You want to take it?
Oh.
Yeah, I think so. I'd love it if no one else wants it.
Also
yeah,
on
you're the only one.
Also on the captain is this disc that looks like a command key. It's like a red disc with things coming out of it.
We had
We'll
to
vent it
insert-
into space.
Yeah. Okay.
Dax picks it up is like, useless.
Yeah. No.
Ting, 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 ting. Out the
Throws it
other
out the open window.
One of the many open
One of the
windows.
many windows open to space.
Captain,
Yes.
what do you think this disc will do?
I don't remember from the roleplay. We just saw a slot in the door in the other room, right? That was...
Yeah, there's a slot underneath the heavily barricaded double doors that you would assume leads to the bridge.
He
I
rips it out of
suspect.
your hand, gives you a long look, and then turns to Meishan.
Say yes.
Sorry, say
Oh.
Outraged, Kreska rips it back out of your hand. Remember the names of your
still overridden.
attacks.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glitching. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'll see
glitching
myself
out.
out.
How dare
walks
you
out
talk
the
to your
open-
captain that way?
Everyone, calm down and let's go for a group hug. We did something good today. And PG wants to calm everyone down for a weird.
Yes.
I never thought I'd hear the day when PG asked for a group hug.
You know, I'm an envoy now. I'm clearly a lot more charming since last you saw me.
You are.
Yes.
You are.
Yes.
Hug me.
And you're right. It has been a long day. I suggest we rest.
Thanks for saving me.
I suggest we rest.
I think he's still glitching.
Callum sheds a single tear. Dax is gone, guys. We gotta put him down. He's too far
Shut him
gone.
off or shut him down.
He's too far gone.
I loved you, old yeller. Should we
All right.
check out the door at the back of this room or go into the room to the east?
I want to go into the room with the key.
The bridge. What we
The
think is
bridge.
bridge.
Yeah. We've got a mission.
I have a
Where
feeling
it happens.
we're gonna need 2 keys, but we'll see.
All right. Can we unbarricade some time to pull the barricade down and then try the key?
The barricade cannot be pulled down. It is probably needs to be bypassed. But now you have this key that
The
you
key
think will allow
the
you to
barricade
access
is.
it. Yeah.
Got it.
So you can insert that command key, and then Friss, you can attempt to hack the system, and it would actually be an engineering check.
Okay.
Perhaps
Can
we
we
should
aid?
clear the area in the event of countermeasures.
It's a good idea. Everybody step back. Friss.
I will stay with the doctor and aid.
I'll aid as well.
I've said
I'll
PG, and you engineer too.
I unfortunately do not have those fingers left, and it seemed to pass left. I don't have the nimbleness of your kind. I'm sorry. I don't remember those days.
Wow. You have no engineering left?
No.
Okay. Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like she has like oh, actually, I do have some engineering, but I don't. Okay, actually, never mind. Whoops. Remembered now when I thought about it. Actually, I saw on my character sheet that I actually might have some. So I'll
I just need all the help I can get.
Oh shit! Well, 91.
The computer breaks, and you can no longer open the door.
See, I told you. You don't
Dax
understand.
successfully aids.
So yeah, and aids with a 40, so you get plus 20 to this
Jesus
roll.
Okay.
Friss has been stymied by some of these computers here. These are high level shit.
But is it computers check or an engineering check?
This is engineering. Yeah.
Okay. That is a 33.
With all the bonuses?
Yep. Natural 3.
The outer barricade goes down. But there is still a regular door. And now you see a computer that you can access to try to get in.
Aha. Okay. And I can't do... Didn't we say like something we were messing up the checks to see if there were traps or firewalls?
Correct,
Can't
yeah.
do that? Okay.
Yeah, it's built so that you just like, after the trap goes off, you're like, this thing's trapped, by the way.
Okay. That's also fun. Okay, 32.
Okay. Does anyone aid?
Yes, I'll aid.
This is now a computers check or engineering again?
Computers.
Computers.
I aid.
I aid.
I don't aid. I'm sorry. I don't understand this new technology. What
I have some computers. I can try.
Oh, Callum, come over here. Help me.
I rolled a natural 20.
Nice.
Plus 3. 23.
Automatic success.
teenagers.
Yeah. I'm
Teens
looking
with their
at
computers.
I'm like, yeah, I'll figure it out. I don't know.
All right, so Callum, PG, Friss.
Cal steps up and is like, just get out of the seat. Just get out of the seat. Get out of the seat.
You're doing it wrong. You're doing. Get away from the keyboard. Stop clicking stuff. Oh my god.
How do I delete my search history? I don't understand. Please help
Is
me.
the Wi-Fi? Is the
Troy
Wi-Fi
is
the
preparing
internet?
us for an explosion, for the record.
Okay.
Just so everyone knows.
You all step up to aid Friss to open the door. And with Callum's final aid, you do. Yes. And the door opens. And this is what you see.
Oh!
Whoa! Oh my God! We didn't fight the boss yet, as it turns out.
I guess not.
You open the door to the bridge. A dais. Beautiful, impressive, imposing dais. In the center of this enormous room supports an imposing throne-like chair with a computer console just in reach. 5-foot deep recesses are located to the port and starboard of the dais, and walls of hollow projectors that stretch down from the ceiling surround each. These projectors, you can see, fill the pits with 3-dimensional holograms of the local space, including the Gate of the 12 Suns, the ships of the Corpse Fleet Armada, and a massive cone-shaped megastructure sitting in a section of non-standard space beyond the gate. 3 floor-to-ceiling windows show the stretch of space in front of the vessel on the far side of the room. Rows of chairs sit in front of a bank of controls adjacent to the windows, as well as on the port and starboard section of the bridge. Curved walls cut off the port and starboard corners of the 4 walls, each with a door set in it. So in the far port and starboard corner in the 4th section of the ship, there are doors leading to other rooms. And then 3 more doors are spaced along the aft wall, one of which you are walking in, one of which leads back to the room where you were just fighting, and one leading into the room you did not explore. 16 cybernetic zombies are spaced evenly at all those seats in the computer controls around the outside of the room, all hardwired in like the ones you saw in Hangar Country, just twitching every once in a while. And you see out the window just ships flying around. There's no more battle outside of the Ultranaut. And in the distance, the stellar generator. There are 4 creatures that you can see in the room. In addition to the 16 cybernetic zombies, there are 2 more of those black monk Korobozus standing in the 4th section of the ship near those 2 doors to the port and starboard section of the bridge. Standing next to the dais is an enormous creature that looks like a Vesk, but it's twice the size of any normal Vesk, with a gigantic swooping hammer in one arm and a gun the size of Dax in the other.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
And sitting.
His flesh is bulging out of his arm, his broken old armor.
Oh, I didn't even think.
Sitting on the dais, on the throne, atop the dais, next to the computer console, is a creature dressed in resplendent purple armor, the color of royalty. A long blood-red cape extending from the back. A scepter with like a skull on top of it and tentacles coming out of it. And the face of a skeleton. He looks at you as you enter. You've come a long way from the Driftrock 5. I thought Ambassador Noor was being overcautious when he warned me of you.
I know it.
All we needed was a few starry-eyed Starfinder Society recruits to load our cargo onto the hippocampus and then perish aboard the Acreon or that rock. I am most impressed that you have made it thus far. The fact that you sacrificed that poor diplomat, Donovan, to make it out alive was an early testament to your tenacity. So, we followed your exploits all the way to Castrovel. And that is where the cult of the Devourer stepped in. They were a player we did not expect. While you battled at the temple, we traced their sect back to the diaspora, dispatching a ship to the Star Eater's spine, where we just missed them before they abandoned their base. Our crack team of hackers restored their deleted files, and that is where we learned of the Nagio system, along with the true power of the Degenerator. But our knowledge was yet incomplete. Then you show up again, and step by step have filled in the blanks for us. I knew when we placed tracers on your ship on Eox and on the ship of those Devourer buffoons that one of you would make enough noise to lead us to the superweapons doorstep. They turn and look out the cockpit, their back to you. You still hear the voice in your comm unit. Isn't she magnificent? Turns back to you. And now you stand here on my bridge. Yes, this is proof enough that you may be worthy to join the corpse fleet once your mortal forms have been slain. But listen to me, prattling on. Perhaps I should introduce myself. He stands up out of the chair. I am Admiral Seravox, leader of the Empire of Bones, and the entire armada you see before you.
Oh my god.
And we'll see you next week.
Oh, whoa.
He says that we'll see you next week?
Whoa. See you next week.
Weak ending to your monologue, villain.
Well, you know when the Admiral says it, it's gonna happen. The Admiral!
And
March Madness.
we forgot-
March Madness. Whoa.
It's gonna be March Madness.
And then there were three.
good night.
Good night.